Hey everybody, it's another episode. I don't know why I said it like that. This is Design Recharge, and I'm your host, Diane Gibbs, and this is episode 362, I think. That's what I thought, Demi. So it is 362. So keeping me in line, my peeps, here we are. So I wanted to tell you about self-motivation. So it sort of kind of goes with productivity. And I know some of these might be like, these are weird a little bit, Diane, but I just want to tell you some things that I do that help me get going and stay motivated. And it's just maybe a little hacks into what I'm doing. I hope these are in the right order. I'm pretty sure they are, because this is for real rapid recharge. Okay, so this is my tips for staying motivated. I don't know if you guys are like me. I don't think you have to make up your bed. I think it's nice. That's not what this one's about. It's actually about getting out of bed and I have my clothes out. I've picked my clothes out the night before. I know it's probably something you did in third grade or before, but it still helps me. I still pick out my clothes the night before. Anybody like that? Okay, I'm holding the chat. Okay. Yes, to be honest, this is like sometimes a big decision. Or maybe nobody's like that. And you're just answering, yes, we can see you. I think to me, it sets the day. Like if I say, hey, I want to have something colorful, then I'll just set it out. And it does set the day. Now, if I'm not feeling great and then I'm trying to pick something and it doesn't feel good, it's just yuck. I think, Joey said he hasn't done it since COVID started, but I think that I've done it for sure since COVID started. Who cares what my bottoms look like, right? Like I'm always in shorts or jeans or something or leggings, but I always try to look, have something up top that's not just a t-shirt usually. Hey, John from Augusta. Okay, so that's one of the things is just having some important decisions figured out before doing it the night before. So you may have a top 3 list of things that you want to get done that day. And hopefully getting dressed is not one of the top 3 things. But maybe you have that. I usually have little lists on my desk. I just have one desk. Like I have a list like this. And it obviously has more than 3, but it has some things on it. And I put it right there on my desk before I go to sleep, so that it's waiting for me and I know. And if I think of anything else, I just have a pad of paper right by my sink so I can go in there, write it. And then sometimes I don't know what I'm writing, but most of the time I do. Okay, so that's one. Just have your clothes laid out. Seems silly, but it's good. Okay, I can't use this. This was for John Ingalls and Dee, but I don't know if they're here, but I know John is. Chris says that there is a great book called Make Your Bed, Little Things That Can Change Your Life. I'm going to get that book. I love that. And Joanna does a bullet journal when she first wakes up. I like that idea too. Mine's not a bullet journal. Mine's just a pad of paper next to when I brush my teeth, I can look and see whatever, right? I usually keep this in the bathroom so that I can update it. All right. The next thing is if you have a big project, what happens is that it becomes so big you don't ever even start it. And then it just is this weight over you and you start feeling maybe like you're incapable or you don't have the skills or you whatever. But when you attack a project from the greenhouses, because his wife Dee, who I don't think is here, but she wants him to build a greenhouse. She's kind of been talking about it for a while. So I think you need to start with the foundation. And the foundation, nobody's going out and you don't build a house room by room. You actually build it from the foundation. John says, you're killing me. Move along. Rachel says, get him. So you start with the foundation. So what can you do whatever project it is. And I was talking to some students that really have issues with procrastination. And I think it's because the project just seems too big. But if you break it into chunks, it's more manageable. So how can we break it into chunks? And I also really talked to another student and other, people like y'all too. Hey, Doc, Charlotte, North Carolina. They say, it's just so much. I don't feel like I can get everything done. But if you take it into just like, let's do an outline and let's set a timer on that outline. So it doesn't have to all be perfect, right? It just needs to you need to start somewhere and then have an end to it and then move to the next thing. So you pour your concrete. I know this doesn't look like concrete and it may not be. It kind of looks like boards now, but when the tiny little window in Envato, it looked like concrete. We'll just say, right, concrete. But the next thing after you pour the concrete is then you start building the walls and whatever, the studs and stuff. You start building the rooms. But again, you're not putting sheetrock and furniture, and you're not building it room by room. You're building it piece by piece. So why, if you have to do a 12-page booklet for somebody, why wouldn't you spend the first hour figuring out what the outline is, and then the next hour maybe it's not right jammed up next to it, but then you would spend get your design styles down and what you're going to put in, and then make sure you have something on every page. Again, maybe this is just something I would need to, hey, Joey in Hawaii, Joey, this would be something that you would need to do maybe as a professional. You don't need this and this is, but sometimes it's just good to see somebody else's process and be like, oh, I didn't know. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I've been using Illustrator for things that I should have been doing in InDesign, right? Right? Anyway, I'm a big InDesign person. Anyway, right? Okay. So here we go. Oh, and then I gamify things. I totally have to do all the cleaning at my house, which if you came over, you'd be like, doesn't look like you've been showing up, Diane. Well, hey, here's the thing. I don't know. John, my husband, he says he makes the messes and I am the cleaner. He does all the stuff outside. And so I'm okay with that. And he also doesn't care if it's super clean or messy or whatever, which is great. But he doesn't really like to crush cans for recycling, and he doesn't unload the dishwasher. So there's certain things that he's just a big kid, I think. Anyways, this is not me grabbing about my husband. My husband's great. He's hilarious. I wouldn't trade him. Maybe just adjust him a little bit, but it's okay. He's fine the way he is. I think sometimes you got some really good things and then you just have to live with the bad things. So I try to make the most out of it that I can. Point them to great outdoors. Do you really need trees under a roof? What? Oh yeah, well, it's to keep them safe, I think, from cold. If you're trying to grow plants or vegetables, we're going back to the greenhouse. They're having a conversation in there, just so you know. Okay, so anyway, so I gamify it. So I kind of crush cans once a week, and granted, I do probably drink a little too much Diet Dr. Pepper, right? Amy Lyons, whoop whoop. And I don't drink coffee, so maybe it's okay. And my husband drinks Sprite. So we go through some cans. We do recycle them. But so I try to crush cans on Sunday. That's my day to crush cans. And so I try to see how many cans I can crush and I try to beat my score from last week. Like I literally put something, and I do this with getting clothes out of the dryer. Not clothes. We don't put clothes in the dishwasher. That'd be weird. But dishes out of the dishwasher, dishes in the dishwasher. My friend Ian and I, we both are trying to keep our kitchen clean because he works at home, I work at home, we all work at home now, right? So if things are out of place and you can't get started because it's messy, or you feel like, I can't get started because of this, then you need to have everything cleaned up before you go to bed so that when you get ready to start, you sit down and you can get going. I think that, hey, Regime's in Columbus, Georgia. I've got to scroll down and make sure I can see everybody. So then you have So I gamify things. See if you can get it done faster, put plates away quicker. I mean, it really doesn't take that long. Why do we wait to unload the dishwasher? Maybe, I mean, I only run the dishwasher maybe once a week. And I only wash clothes once a week, but it seems like it's like I put it off and I put it off. But really, it's a good place to think about other things, and it doesn't take that long. So if we gamify it, maybe we get it done and we feel better because we don't have all this other stuff to do. Okay, so next one. Man, oh, those are the crush cans. I did not take that picture. I don't even know what this kind of drink is, but the blue one, I don't know what. Oh, then when you get done with something, so say you have that foundation, or you've made a plan, or so you've done that and you've done one of the things, set one that you thought was going to be hard, reward yourself, have a little win. I also think with this one, having a small win early. So if you had 3 small wins, so say today I needed to call my client Enoch and get his business cards ordered. I needed to, that's really short. Like that's like a 15-minute thing. Like that doesn't take very long. I had to advise some kids. That's short. It's like, wow, I got 5 things off my list really, really fast. I know, Amy, in that tiny grocery cart, it's cute. Look at the little wheels. But I think you need to have small wins early. So if you're, again, tackling the big project, then maybe have something smaller that you're doing that goes with the project. I know yesterday we were talking about he's finding some whimsy, pictures of whimsy, and that's like fun to do that. That's like shopping. I love it. So maybe we start with something fun that you're doing that you can appreciate, or it feels different than the writing of your website or the writing of the copy for something else, or I clearly don't like writing. And then you also need to plan. Isn't that fun? I try to use blue, like that teal color blue, a lot today. Plan for times in the day that are low energy. So I don't take naps. I totally believe in naps. Now hey, Jacob, also in Raleigh. I know my friend Dustin believes in naps. I believe in naps sometimes. Absolutely. I really like taking them. I just don't have a lot of time for them right now. So what can I do? Amy says she'd like to take a nap every day. I think Dustin does take a nap every day, and he says it's like waking up a second time. So we really, you have your energy is different. So when you wake up, you're refreshed and you can hit the ground running. And I think that's kind of what his point is. Well, what if like my downtime is like at like right now, like after lunch, it is not an energy time. If I was alone, I would be like, oh, I should go take a nap. So I have to fill my 1:30 to 3:30 time slot with people, because for me, let me go to the next slide. Oh, boogers. Well, I'll come back to it. For me, I was just thinking, sometimes I just feel like a little kid. I just love these. I think you can see all these people, right? I just think it's good. I get energized by being around other people. So I schedule calls. Look, Design Recharge is in the middle of that time for me. So I have time with other people that I really love and get energized by. Or if you're not an extrovert and you don't get energized with other people, maybe you take time and you go outside, or you draw and you just do something for you. You take some time that gives you that re-energizes you. So again, think about the times of the day when you are most productive or you're in that flow state. A lot of us tend to do emails or something first. I would definitely put that in this kind of time slot of the low energy, because it doesn't take a lot of creative energy, and my brain is most ready for new work in the morning. So first thing, I try to do as many creative activities as I can. It doesn't always happen. I'm not perfect. But I think planning for those low times of the day, I specifically try and do things with other people from like lunchtime to 3:30. And otherwise I'm good just working it alone if I need to. I also think you need time to plan to push yourself. I don't have a slide for this. Ran out of time. And you have to have a time to recharge. So if this drawing is not a recharge for me, then that might be a push for me. So I might need to schedule time in my day if I want to learn this skill, right? Demi would say this is a learning part. And I think that you need to push yourself. You have to plan time. And I don't know if Demi does it every day. Demi, do you do it every day, the learning? I think you do. And quiet. Is Demi still here? Yeah, 4 hours. 4 hours he plans, he learns. So he's pushing himself, he's exploring. And then I think you also need to have time to laugh. Like this. I know that dog's not laughing. I just thought it'd be weird. I was like, that is the weirdest. I don't even remember what I was searching for, but this was not what I thought I was going to get. But I think it's the unexpected. So allow yourself some time during the day to explore. And maybe during these down times or these not as energy high times or creative highs, then you fill your time with some weird facts or crazy videos, but you set a timer, right? So that you don't just spend all afternoon in this watching a dog. I don't know. That's a very big boar. Whew. It's like Texas. Okay. I mean, there are big boars in Texas. I mean, Texas is a big state. Anyway, I also think Dorothea Lange is one of my absolute favorite. This is one of my favorite photos of all times. Do you know that actually anybody can, but the Americans here, we can actually download this from the Library of Congress. Did you know this? Yes, Great Depression. She, not this lady, but, and she has a baby too. I think the baby's in her arms. But this is just story. I love this picture, and it tells such a story. I think Dorothea Lange is just such a brilliant photographer. So I think sometimes it's good to look at history. I think it's really good to look back and appreciate other artists. So maybe you have a time that you're not just exploring a whole bunch of other people, but you really dive in to one piece. And maybe you do that for 15 minutes and just write about it. Maybe you have a book that you're going for. Library of Congress people, it's high res image. You can actually go and you can request it, and all you have to pay for is the paper that it comes with. You could have a Dorothea Lange. You could have this Dorothea Lange today. Anyway, I mean, you could download really high res images, people, and amazing, like stuff that was in slides that all we see is black and white photos, but really they're color slides. I've used them with clients because they're copyright free. Anyway, another little tool bonus. So I think you need to have time for that deeper dives and appreciation. So I also am just very thankful that in all of this, oh yeah, there's the baby. That I have a house and friends. Hey, Mario. And I have people who love me and encourage me and push me. But then also I have people who, I wanted to put this emoji that me and my friend Shane did, and it was him, and he was a chicken, and he was like, and he cleared his throat, and he's Irish, and he has this amazing, this chicken had an amazing Irish accent. It was awesome. I laughed so hard, and just laughing so hard, like, woke me up. I told my friend Eric, I was like, oh my goodness, I have such energy. I got an energy boost just from laughing so hard. So that's it. Those are my slides for today. Look, thank you. That were I said there were only going to be 3 tips, but I think that was more than 3, right? I think that hopefully it's Fabio too. He's his son today. Now I scrolled up and I'm seeing the rest of the people. So we've got Maine represented. We've got Miami, Florida represented. We've got Hawaii with Joey, and Mario is also in Hawaii. Anyway, that's it. I'm stepping out instead of being always behind the scenes, which I think is fine. But I am going to try to teach a little bit more. I'm sorry, I keep moving. keep touching the desk and I keep making the camera go like this. Anyway, I'm always trying to push and, see what I think God wants me to teach and push and help who he's leading me to help. And just, anyway, that's what I'm doing. And so I am leaning in. It is not a great time, right? We had a hurricane. We have where we live, which just had we have a tree down in the big field. And then we have like another house in town that had a huge tree come through the roof. So that's where John is today. And so, but it just is what it is. And I think just like asthma, which I didn't always have asthma. I mean, maybe I did, I don't know. But like, here's what most people, right? But look, I made mine into some sort of bird. I think it's a bird. Can you see it? Come on, focus. I just think, have some fun, because I think it's important to keep one side normal. So then you could say, hey, do you see something? You could ask somebody that you see something. Anyway, that's it. The end. Or a big chicken. Yeah, it looks like a chicken or a horse. Yeah, I see faces and everything too. Oh my goodness. Joey, you should check out me and Damien are going to do another live stream on Instagram this Sunday, and it'll be like IGTV or whatever. Anyway, so I think I took some pictures, and I think Doc's been doing this thing, and it totally inspired me, but I even taught a class in Italy about seeing these imaginary creatures, is what I called it. So yeah. Oh, it's every maybe other third week. I don't know. But it's this Sunday. Maybe it's on the 1st. I don't know. It's always on a Sunday. But that's it. So if you want to, check out at Design Recharge on Sunday if you want I don't remember. It's right before me and Chris have a meeting. So that's why. And I think it may be at 11 my time. So 12 your time, Amy. And I can't do the rest of the math. Yeah, because it's really early over there for Mario and Joey. Anyway, that's it. So next week, I'm going to have my friend William Hardaway on. We call him Will. And I'm excited to have him on. And then we just have a few more episodes this season. But we will have camp. I'm already planning it. I'm so excited about camp. And I'm just glad to see everybody. So thank you guys. And we'll see you next week. And like other owls, you know that they're all owls have that ability to be super stealth and go down on their prey without them hearing it. But snowy owls are both nocturnal and diurnal. They daytime and nighttime creatures, meaning that they can hunt during the day and the night. And when the owl captures its prey, it's either, maybe I shouldn't read that part. Anyway, but it brings hours of darkness in the long Arctic winter, and they have great hearing. All the things I'm struggling with, eyesight and hearing. But their ears are positioned on different sides of the owl's head. Okay, I've read enough about that. Anyway, you get the idea.